Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. So we are going to be playing some spin and goes, but before that I just want to highlight some new pieces. So if you missed the Jeff Gross podcast, we hosted Jeff and that was released. Just check YouTube. I'm sure you guys will really enjoy that. It was really fun to have him on. Also hop into our Discord if you want to take part in any discussion in terms of poker. Send us some hand files, we'll happily review them for you. It'll be really fun to see you in there. And yeah, check out a few articles on our website. High Stakes Poker is back. Really looking forward to this one with Poker Go. Gabe Kaplan is back commentating. It was really fun, so I'm looking forward to that one. That's coming up on the 21st this month, but check our article on the site, we'll give you some more details. And also really fun prop bet between Doug Polk and Bill Perkins for a body fat loss is the bet, prop bet. You can read all about that on our website. But today we are spinning, second session back after a month break. There was a promotion on Stars, deposit and then get 50% back. If you deposit $100, you get a $50 spin flash. So we might spin that up today, see if we can get anything juicy out of that one. But otherwise we will be playing 25s. Let's see what we have. Put the music on. Any questions as always, feel free to ask. And yeah, let's go for it. I'll continue to try to explain what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. Sometimes a bit difficult in game. I do find that hard sometimes, but I will do my best. Alright, 8-9, pretty clear fold. 10-9 on the button would be the minimum. There could be arguments for playing wider on the button if you have weak players. But also you just don't know what weak players are doing. Maybe they just shove like ace-2 in the small blind and then you're immediately not profiting from the 9-8 open. Alright, was that a limp shove there? You have to double check that one. Looks like he's got some sort of NFT ape in his... Jack 10, check calling, could conceivably check raise. Looks like he might be a reg betting this size, but we'll see what's going on. Good turn for us. He picks up some draws if he has ace-x. Really awful river, hits a lot of his check back range. We're gonna have to check call. He's gonna be incentivized to still bluff. He does check though. See what he turns up with here. Your king queen didn't go for it. He didn't think we were folding one pair. Probably even have to call him 5x there. Let's see, he limp raised here. Let's see, limp shove. Okay. Just warm up with the one table. Get back into the swing of the action. Then we'll pump it up. Two limp shoves, wow, he's got aces this time. So heads up we go in the first match, 2x. Let's see what we can make happen here, raising for value. Get a call, good board. He's never played this, I'm gonna size up more than I usually would on this board. Really good barrel card. He's going to call the flop there with some king, queen, king 10, king X's, and it's a good bluff card for us. It's double draws now as well. I think we're just going to pot and shove rivers. He snap calls. So he may have some spades, but like if he has like 8x, 9x spades, he's probably not going to continue the turn to such a bet. The question is, do I want to bet half pot or... I think I'm just going to bet half pot here. I think with a spade getting in there, wow, he rivered us. That really blows. I don't think we're going to get paid often enough with a shove there by like one pair hands. I think it's pretty speculative. That was really sucky for us. I think we played it correct though. Yeah, nothing to be done. Calling a shove here, obviously. Let's see if we bang up another game now. Alright, not a good flop. Good turn for us? No, no joy. Got him in the next game as well. Hopefully we'll get some revenge. Twos will be a shove. Just going to take some time. Fold, please. All the small pairs just have really good fold equity. Shoving, they never really want calls, but you win so much from getting it in. That's where all the value comes with all the small pairs. Two suited, not our board. 1BB. There's a couple of players doing that 1BB now. I don't know whether these are all regs that are hanging around. This board is really connected. So many draws, so many pairs. I think I'm just going to go for a check call. Could even check raise this board. I think that's conceivable. Checks. I think we're going to have to make this difficult for him now. We can't really just be checking down ace high. Okay, what does he call that with? 8, 9, 10, 9. 6, 9 does he call? He's going to find it tough with the 10x. He's going to need 2 pair, and I think he calls a bigger sizing with 2 pair anyway. So I think it'd be so sick if this was a bluff. King 9. Does he ever have King 9 here? No. Will he ever fold a 9x? It'd be pretty sick to raise here. I think against certain players a raise could be really sick there. I just don't think he can call. Like, does he snap call King 9 on that turn? I mean, he has a double gutter. Maybe he does. Interesting one. Pretty tempted to bluff it, but I have no information. Would be quite wild. Alright, awesome. Definitely loving this. Great, they got each other covered with the aces as well. An even better turn, locking the hand up. That will do, going heads up. Let's get another one. 5s. I think I limp call a shove. Not a bad board, but won't be c-betting. Perceive this guy to be a bit of a reg. Just be value tanning himself. We're only removing equity from, like, you know, 10-8, 10-9. He bets pretty quickly, but we still have to call 1 here. We're pretty much always winning this. We're just losing to some 9s. I'm just not sure. I don't think we're getting value, that's the problem. Wow. Random stabs of 7x. Okay, so turn super wide. Snap raise all in. Fold. Alright, let's go. I'll be shoving this one in. Again, ace-x offs play pretty good, shoving pre-flop, but not so good for raising none all in. 6-5 suited. We will be calling a raise, not a shove. Wow, not that raise. It's interesting because I know in GTOs some of these hands like 7-6 suited and stuff want to start calling. Hear any of this guy? I think we will. I'm back. Raise 6. I think I call and just get it in versus safe turns. Yeah. shoving this one. I just didn't think, like, if we shove this flop, okay, maybe we get it in against some King X, maybe. But there's a lot of draws that just do super well as well. Shove that one. I mean, you could shove. I don't think it's terrible in bad fields. I think people will get in some really random King X, but sometimes the equity is just going to be too good. And you want to give him a chance to also bluff turns. Like if he somehow raises... Where did it go? Like if he somehow raises 10-8, Jack-10, Jack-8, some of these hands, and then just wants to, you know, barrel turns, we need to let them do that. There's just so many straight draws in these kind of boards. And if we shove the flop here, we're going to lose so much value versus all those hands. And there's a lot of straight draws here, you know, 10-8, 10-6, Jack-8, Jack-10, 10-6, 8-6, 8-5, 6-5. There's so many, you know. Okay, let's register this one. Yeah, typically this is a raise. I think I will do it anyway. Pretty value heavy on this board. Looks like these two maybe. I have notes. There might be rigs. Not a dream turn, but there's not going to be too many King X. Maybe it should be some King X suited, but I don't know how this guy's really playing. So I think we'll just bet small. Okay, do I want to bluff this river? Would I bluff here? Problem is, it's hard for him to call with a 9x. What do I want to do? I don't think he calls with a 5 or a 4, so I think we have to let some of his bluffs bluff. We're blocking a Jack and a 9, so good chance he gets the river with some bluffs here that we're just going to pick off. Cool. Yeah, there we go. That was beautiful, and this will obviously have to call off. Decision making going pretty well so far. I think we're just getting some nice setups though, some nice hands where we can pick these ones off. This guy's in it again. Looks like it. I think these are all just regs. This is not a good sign really. Let's see what we got on him. Limit shove, 16 BB, heads up. Yeah, that's not a good sign. Got a lot of really good turns here. I just don't think people are check raising enough, so I'm going to go for a low slice and call a raise. This being one of the cards obviously that is super good for barreling. Does he call that size with the random 7x? I think this is one of the hands we can go for it. We just always look like we potentially have an ace or an 8. So I think he's going to find it difficult. I mean, now the 8 has come, he reduces his 8s. Wow, he has an ace. Yeah. Interesting one. Just wondering what bluffs we're supposed to have there. Not as many on a paired board, but the 8 does reduce the chance of him having his 8. Interesting one, interesting one. That one didn't go so well. That's what you want to see in games. Button limping. See the old button limp, you know you got some EV in the game. 4-7, 10-7. What happened here with these two? Let's check this one. It's a pretty nice board. Probably check call, check shove, turn, depending on what happens. Let's see here. We have a lot of good turns. This is not really one of them. I'm just wondering. Jack high can be good some of the time here. We're not winning often enough, I don't think. I'm not sure how many 9x he puts there. Let's see what happened here. Queen 4 suited, just checking his back connects too hard. We have a lot of good turns. I think the ace 9 I'm getting in with the extra money in the middle. Yep, flush draw, let's go. Wow, those two went crazy on each other. So they're both regs for sure. Let's put them as regs. Pretty dreamy board, hit the world here. 18, do we want to shove this in against a live? Yeah, okay. Still gonna get some value versus worse queens, some 9x, worse spade draws, jack x, 10x. I think we'll raise call. Yep. Okay. Come on. He just bet 1BB. I think he likes his 1BB, doesn't he? Do we get value? I think go half pot and try and get called by 7x. Some jack highs might even call in this spot, although they're blocking out draws, but maybe they think we have a flush draw. I mean, I think it's maybe I should just block bet. He was thinking about it. I don't think he bluffs. I think we have to just get it in that spot. Queen 6 suited. This is going to be a call. Just wondering if he ever shoves often enough. It's pretty quick, but what can we do? Come on, good turn for us. Oh, that's brutal. Gives us the world. And then he gets there. I think we're going to get in another game just so we don't have to try and avoid him. Obviously calling with the ace 8 suited. Let's go. Good board. Safe turn, safe river. He's down to his 3BB. Looks like we got a good game here. I don't recognize any of these. 3 is going to be a pretty close one. 3's there. We have won. That is what we want to see. That's not a good turn. 5, 4, 6, 5, 6, 4. They're all calling. 3x and 2x probably not going anywhere in this board. So I think I'm just going to check give up this one. And now that we haven't barreled, he's more likely to just think we're bluffing. So we could make it like 6, but I'm just going to check. We get lots of good turns. I don't think players are going to raise often enough here. We block some of the raises with the 8, so I'm just going to barrel this off. Given that we get good turns, and this is fine. I don't mind folding jack high. Does favour his range, but like whatever. Thing is, I'm going to be in a position where I call, I get a turn, and I'm not going to know whether I'm doing very good here. He can still have a lot of equity and stuff, so unless it's a 10 or a 9, straight draw, even flush draw, it's not going to be good. I think I just bin it. I should probably be calling. It doesn't have too many 3x and 2x there. I should probably be calling though. Maybe that was a bit weak. 3, have to call with his hand. I was thinking of raising if he makes it small. Well, it's an easy decision. Bet calling on the right hand side. Bad turn again. He's not folding that turn. River, 3 barrel, but I mean, just hits his range too hard. 3x, I think we will call this one. I'm going to call and see turns. Just wondering whether we even need to raise. I think on that turn we don't. If it was an undercard, I might raise. I have to call. It's just trying to milk us. The classic fish move, right? Hitting the nuts and milking. The only thing we're worried about really is flushes, right? So I'm just going to keep betting. So that's 2 overcards to the 7 and the 2. He's going to have like 2 pair. So I'm just going to, oh, wow, he snap calls and he does have 2 pair. I think he folds that river unless he hits 2 pair, and I think he's not going to do that often enough. And he's going to have to cool down like with a flush, which I don't think happens often enough. He's just going to have so many 1 pair hands that are really struggling there. I think the bluff pays off often enough. We'll bet this one. This guy seems like he's super trappy. It's like he was waiting for that. What random 2x does he have? Cool, reevaluate. The hearts is not a good option. Oh, he just has 6-7 there and doesn't even bet the river. Like, what the? Pretty interesting. I mean, maybe I should just exploit fold there. I mean, what does he snap raise? I mean, his timing was too quick. He's probably just not bluffing there, right? It's too quick. Generally, when you're bluffing, you tend to think about bluffing. You don't just somehow snap raise. Do I want to bet against diamonds? Like, that would be a reason for betting 5-6 here. I think we have to go to check call mode still. Wow, pots it. Well, we're calling 1. Yeah, it just hits the jack. A testy spell. Some tough decisions. Yeah, don't forget, guys, Jeff Gross podcast on YouTube. Mr. Gross spoke to us. And yeah, check it out on YouTube. Super fun to speak to him. I'm sure you guys will enjoy that. High stakes poker coming up as well. In case you didn't catch it, it's a really fun one. 7 BB, I think I'm gonna fold this. If you also have some suggestions for podcast guests, let us know. We can try and get them on. This will be going in with the 9-7. Power 85. Snap shove. Need some spin ups here. We are down for the session. Easy call with it. Easy shove. Wow, that is a big flop for him. Big turn for him. And he gets there on the river. No joy. He has been shoving a decent amount, but I'm going to try again. See if he punishes us again. No, he checks this time. That'll do. Good board for us. Min raise call. 16 BB. Not the best flop. We don't want to be raised. We don't want to blow the pot because we have equity, so I'm just going to check this one back. Now that he checks, we're probably always ahead, so I might just make a tiny one stab. He didn't even think about bluffing, so just make a 1 BB stab. Sergio thinking about doing something. Don't think I'm going to value bet this. I think it's way too thin. It's going to suck if he bets. Raise call the 8s. Seems like Path is a reg. He's in every game. Yeah, Sergio not betting the queen high. It's pretty disgusting board for the 8s if you think about these small blind flat range, lots of medium cards, broadways. This hits it pretty hard. That's not even taking into account the big blind, so just going to be checking this one. 1 BB. I guess we do call for this size. That is just horrible. Horrible river. Any king queen, 10-8 suited or something, king queen, king 10, I mean, they're just all together. It's pretty clear. I don't know anything about what Path's doing here and whether our... I think realistically players are just not quite capable of bluffing in these spots. So until I see that, I'm probably just not going to call that off light enough. What do I want to do here? I think I'm just going to lead this one. Board favours our range. I think it's going to find it difficult. Can't really check call. I think I'm going to limp shove the 7s. Ace is a bad board. Ace is a bad card, sorry. Going to check raise the 7s. Board favours him. He's going to see bet this a bunch. And he does check. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm going to bet for value. It's only some random 9-2 or 9x that didn't bet the flop that I'm concerned with. It's going to really suck to see a raise here. But I don't see it. Can you see it too often? Just going to shove the 5s. Pre-flop, pushing that equity. Wow. That blows. Really did blow. Always sucks when you shove so many BBs and then they just have it. Crushing the EV equity there. I think I can't really check raise, so I'm just going to stick to my line of bet. But I know he's a reg, so I'm going to need to start mixing up some lines against him because he's going to be. I assume he's going to be a bit of a thinking player. Have to call the queen 10 suited. It's getting quite short on the left there. I guess suited for 0.5 we just call. 7-9 is a call. Wow, good flop there. When he checks, it's almost like he's just given up, so I'm just going to bet really small and try and get everything to continue. It's a pretty terrible turn for him. Again, just doing exactly the same thing. Might even make this a bit smaller. You just want him to continue with everything he has here. Unfortunately, he didn't. I just think most players are not check raising those flops with like over pairs or top pairs for that matter. So 7's a pretty clear call here. Wow, that is a dreamy flop, guys. Quads. Always nice to lock it up. Got him in for the 2BB. Let's get in another one. Hitting those quads. This board doesn't hit his range, but with our cards, I don't think we can really do too much. I think it would be overplay. I think it would definitely be overplay if we were playing that one. Queen 9, yep. 3, let's go. Oh, jeez, that's not what you want to see when they're short stack. Heart, we'll take it. No. Alright. King Jack's going in. 3. Heads up in the other one as well. I think this one would actually bin it. Check 6, we're betting for value there. He's unlikely he has an ace with a checked back. I mean, he bets. I'm wondering whether to raise for value. I think we will. We're quite short stacked, and second pair is pretty strong on this. He's going to shove a lot of aces pre. We're just worried about 6-5, and we've blocked a 6, so he's going to have some draws mainly. Let's see. I think we're going to check and call Bluffs River. Not the best cards. 9, 7, 9, 8, 7, 8. These are some cards he has. Do we get any value from a 6 here? Can we get a value from 6? I think we're just happy to take the pot 9BB. It's pretty much our full stack, so wow, it just has a... I think we're going to bet for value with the Jack 4. Not a good turn card. Half pot. What did he check call? The no half pots. Probably bets his flushes for it. It's just like king highs that check call, right? It's a bit weird. Just wonder if this is a bit light if we call. Is he bet 6? I think we have to call. Yeah, just flopped it. It's like a random weird trap play nuts, or like almost nothing, or it's just some king high that he check called to flop with, which, you know, he can have. Donked the 5 last time. It's a bit of a bad board for us for him to be donking. Just hope he starts slowing down. 1BB we obviously call. Hope he's just got some draw. The draw comes in, so we'll be folding to a 3 barrel. Oh man, 1BB. Is he ever bluffing this? Like ever for 1BB? These two, I'm pretty sure, are regs. He's betting again. Pretty interesting strategy. I have to just start taking this away now. Just gonna make sure we're still in. I think this has the same impact. Like, if he wants to call us with a 5, okay, fine. I think he does the same thing. We've put our entire stack in, so I think you just save chips and keep yourself in the game there. This is not the best board. Folding. Barreling with line 5. Hey, M Contact, how are you doing? Thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Let's see. It's a good river as well. I'm just, again, saving size here on rivers. Wow, he just... okay, so he just has jacks this time. Good board for us here. We will make the smaller sizing to see if he raises. Getting in the king queen. Wow, and he has ace king. He is going to have some draws on this board. He is going to have some 5x, so I think we'll still bet. Still some 9x and 10x that we beat. It's not the best. Is he called queen 8, 7, 8 to 2 streets? I'm not sure. The problem is pair of jacks beats us now. I don't think we get much more. I'm just going to check. Wow, it just calls us down so light. Full double barrel, pair to boards. B versus button. Do you play as well, M Contact? Play anything yourself? I also can't take all the credit. Guys in the back doing all the visuals and video content, they're the ones editing. I just sit and play. Should we see if we can get our luck and get that $50 flash up soon? Let's see Zelia. I think I recognise him, right? We played him in an earlier game. Lucky Cactus. Wow. Limp fold. 2.2x. What trash are you calling with? You cannot call there. These are all regs. This is kind of sucky. All regs. We're going to have to start doing things a bit differently. Nice. Well, I mean, if you played Heads Up, Spins is the perfect game for you, my friend. Heads Up is where all the money is made in spins. The three-way, I would say, focus on the blind v blind, small blind particularly, because that is like the most difficult spot to play by a mile. Blind v blind. But I mean, your heads up game should be solid, which is going to save you a ton of effort. Oh, this is a really bad turn. He's not going to fold any of his 6x, 3x probably now. Yeah, I'm going to give up. This is obviously going to be a continue. Alright, we hit the turn. Calling, obviously. Alright. Very nice. guy doesn't know my strat. I'm just gonna raise some trash on him. Ace 9 obviously getting it. Yeah, the thing is, it depends on the, I really say it depends on the games that you're playing, right? If you look at like GTO solutions for small blind, there is actually a lot of raising. It's not something I have done or learned, but it does advocate a lot of mixed strategy. It's actually quite difficult to play. So I do tend to do a lot of limping. Hit this river now. He's going to call us with a 5 or a king high. That's the question. He's always going to raise a 10, right? So I'm just going to value bet. He folds. Just not sure if he ever bluffs if we check to him there. Maybe he does. Yeah, exactly. I'm just not as familiar with the raised spots. Like, I always just played the small blind strategy. It always just worked really well for me because people just overfold so much and they never raise the flops, and they're just overfolding all the time. Even regs. Like, you're gonna have to find someone who really is quite capable and wants to cool you down, and you're always just putting them in tough spots. Let's see here. I think we're going to check this one. 2 reg, heads up. We're in good spots though. Pots, we're obviously calling. So many draws, all the flush draws, all the straight draws. Just hoping for a nice heart river, and he has a 6. That would just be the dream. E. E. I think for this size we call. It's a pretty easy decision. He leads. I think we're gonna call and try and take this away on later streets. I could raise. Like, I think a raise is okay. I think we just call down now. Oh man. Checks. Well, we're shoving. I think, is it time to get up the 50 flash? I think it could be. Sick of these regs in the 20s. Let's do it. Let's get the flash. Oh no. Unregister. It's not in the 5th. Damn, too late. Did we win that one? Sure, you can no longer unregister. Okay, 75. But it was the 50 flash. I have a ticket. Let's play that. Let's play this one. Spin and go flash. Let's go. Let's go there. Alright. Let's pay the 50 flash and see what we get. See if we can spin something. Just the 2x. Let's see. Limping and keeping the pot small is easier to play. Yeah, small ball. The good old classic Daniel Negreanu, right? Small ball. Alright, well, we got 9s. We're obviously in. Chippy V in those 25s. I don't have a big sample size, to be honest. Like, I'm not playing that much. Wow. I might switch to flash if that's what they're doing. Wow. Okay. This would be a pretty nice win. I tell you what, this animation is pretty distracting, though. I've not really played these flashes. Flipping lightning going off everywhere. Wow, he's in. Well, bet call with Queen 10 here. Alright, alright. Hit the queen. Like a dream? Oh yeah, let's go. Wow, there's almost no structure in these things. Yeah, so I played spins quite a lot, and I was playing them mainly on party, like on the 50s, that's where I was playing. Then I switched to stars, obviously calling aces. Let's go, let's go. Testy flop, testy turn. Oh man, come on. We have to call this. That was just brutal. I'll respond when I get a chance in contact. Just 2 games for me, and speaking is not the easiest. Let's see, do I want to lead or check raise? Well. I just don't think we're getting much money even if I hit my straight. It's just weird for him to raise as well, like. Wow, we get called. Well, not a fun start. We need to hit this 50. If he does some mini check raise, that's going to be so annoying. Come on, get the 100 spin. Need this for some profit. We're definitely down for the session. Just been getting punished. 6s will take. Four or 5 is pretty disgusting. Obviously this is going in. King X call please. Nope. Oh, I'm folding this. Crazy short structure. I wonder if there's any EV in these at all. This is gonna have to go in. Fold please. Come on. That is just not the flop we want to see. No, totally burned. Oh well. This is a session that's not going super good, but anything can happen. Back on the 25s. Wondering just to drop to 10s just to play the fish. I mean, we've seen so many regs in these 25s. Just kills the EV. So let's see. I started, when I went back on stars, started with 10s. I had like ridiculous EV though. It was, I think, 90 or something, or 100. Switched to the 25s. I think the EV on specifically the 25s is 40 last time I checked, but it's really not a sample, and I'm running under EV there for sure. So combined between the two, it's like 70, I think. But I'm not sure how sustainable that is, to be honest. The 25s seem to have a lot of regs nowadays. I think we'll play that one. And the 10s, I mean, they do seem very soft, to be honest. The 10s seem like a dream crush. Call here. What stakes are you playing? Yeah, and that was really brutal with the aces, huh? All the draws missed. He's basically betting Queen X plus. Am I going to call him down 3 streets? There's a lot of bad rivers. I don't think we can call. I feel like I want to call. button limp. Beautiful. Ah, 10 and 15s on ACR. Okay, why are you mixing? Or like, what do you prefer? Yeah, three-handed play is where it's at. See, it's these spots here, like, you can choose to go super aggressive, just like overbet turn, and just barrel rivers, even with king high, where typically you would just check down, like, where you're going to win often, just to make your life easier. And I think that works quite well. Like, I could have done that against this player probably, but I'll just play passive. Yeah, right back is pretty hard. Yeah, it's true. Make my life easy, just bet. Side turns. Alright, so I think we're gonna bluff catch river maybe. I think we just have to bluff catch, right? It's too many draws. And like, that's a spot where I just think you don't want the ace of diamonds or the king of diamonds. Like, you don't want those hands because our opponent might bluff with those and he's going to call more often on the flop with those. I think we're going to check raise Elia here. Damn, he didn't bite. I don't think we can do very much now. Maybe it could have worked. I think we will go for this one. I think against the reg we just shove. Maybe the 5-6 without the backdoor flush draw. Maybe you're supposed to just call there. I don't know. Maybe. We need to get these wins. What are these? 75, 75. Let's get these in. But yeah, just watch out for the regs. Like, how reg heavy is it on ACR? Like, I really think spins $10 you can really crush. Like, I think there's just so many bad players and button limps and stuff that you just really can make money there. 25s I'm seeing at least on PokerStars. It does start to get a bit tougher. You're seeing some regs who really know what they're doing. It like that massively kills your EV. King 8 here. I'm feeling like this is just going to be a check fold. I think betting and pushing hard here against the reg is probably going to be a mistake. I think if I had like King 8 with a King of Diamonds, I could maybe check raise or lead. But I think with this one, I'm just going to give it up. There's too many bad turns and rivers that I'm just not going to know what to do. He called here, so we will go for this one. Hit a gut shot on the turn. Put pressure on some queens, 6x, and weak kings that maybe aren't going to call us to a 3-barrel. We know they probably should against us, but they probably won't. Alright, heads up here with the ace-queen. Come on, let's get some wins in. This is a call. Gonna limp call the ace-8. There are a lot of European regs, but also a lot of American fish. Definitely helps. Yeah, maybe I'm just playing like the most horrific hours, like middle of the day, like when all the regs are grinding. Yeah, maybe you're right. Ace-8 here. Do I want to start putting a pressure on Jack X? Sorry, 6x, 4x. I think we're just gonna check down. Again, these are some of the spots that I think like maybe you could just be more aggressive and just start like turning your showdown into bluffs here, like rather than just allowing villain to get to showdown, just always beating you with a 5 or a 4 or a 6. 1.5. It's a bit weird. Whatever. Wow. How does he not bet that turn? That is what I don't understand. Like, the only reason I call here is because basically any draw, flush draw, it has to be like 4x of hearts that should bet. He should bet his straight draws. He just doesn't do any of it. So I'm thinking, what does he get to the river with that can bet? Like, did he not bet his jack on the turn? Is it like jack 6, jack 5? There's just not many hands, so I figured like a call might be good there. This is quite nice. I think it's going to work better if we check against an unknown. He raised pre, right? So I'm going to check to him. Turn hits his range. Raise a free flop. I'm just going to pop bet. He's going to decide to call us or not. Same here. Just hope he's not trapping some random 9 or like jacks full or some nonsense. Queen 10 suited. You know, there's a good bunch of hands there that beat us, but I think we have to look bluffy, like we try to take it away. Does cool. Let's see. He had 8s. Him and those 8s. Not. He's a bit unfortunate with his flops. This time we punished him. Yeah, it's not easy to make money in poker these days, right? Not easy. It's a call. Come on, a jack 7 suited. Oh, we got the spades blocked. Got some chances. Got the 7. Oh, false hopes. Four, 5 suited to be checking his back. The stack depth. He doesn't donk now. No reason for us to bet that turn either. Obviously calling rivers. I think we can value bet. Check raise would be disgusting. Just don't think enough players are trapping river there. Yep, we're going to call this. I think we have to start taking this away now. I don't think we can just check this down against a 2 or a 3 that randomly bet. We block some of the draws that he might be betting with, so it's more likely he's going to have some pairs. This is so weird. Check. Delay bets. Calling the 6. Does he check some flush draws? Probably. He should check some queen x2. Okay, we don't have the decision here, so we don't have to think too much. Okay, so we value bets. That's him. Cool, we need one of these. I'm going to check back this 6-5. It hits his range pretty hard. I'm going to have to call the 5-2. It's going to really blow if he's just trapping here. Barrel, barrel, barrel. Looks like he really wants to get cool, but I think with this river we have to call. Yep, there's the trap. That sucked. Here we don't need to make a small bet. We can still come back. 3BB. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. Oh man, come on. Just wondering whether we could limp the queen 4 and just do some stabbing rather than having to jam. Really not getting any joy in these games. Let's go. This is the one. Oh, we're flipping. It's a really good flop. Terrible turn. Oh, come on. Thing is, a good player will recognise that with this short we're not going to have too many kings in our range because we're going to be shoving most of them pre-flop. So they can easily call off like second or third pair there. 8s, let's go, hit the set, that's dreamy. Turn, dicey, okay, let's go. 1BB. We're still going to call the 4x here. 1BB I expect to call, we're going to get good odds for a flush draw. There's no point shoving here. Brick, river, that's not so good. And not really much we can do here. We're only beating like some raised straight draw flush draws. King X, I'm going to shove again. Fold please. Good. He's checked. And a straight draw. Weird to check an ace high board. Yeah, I mean, usually they just trapping or have some sort of showdown. We obviously want to call for this price. Good chance to outdraw him. Nice, we finally get there in the 3x, helping us a little bit. And yeah, the 8-7, we're just giving up. Really good price on our draw. Nothing much we can do. Always the same, you know, just checking ace X boards. Just always have it, man. Always have it, or like they have a hand that they can't stand too much heat. Just every time. Just like never giving up. Right, they never bluffs there. Oh, looks like we could have got lucky in this hand. That was dreamy. Let's go. 9-2. Yeah, he wasn't happy about that, sending fireworks my way. Jacks, let's go. Really good board. Small bet. Beautiful. Shoving the 6s. Let's go. Wow, get called ace queen. Pretty standard. Managed to avoid rivers. Yeah, if you want to join our Discord at mcontact, where you can cover any topics that you want, like I can happy for the next stream or whatever. If you have any topics specifically you want covered, like small blind, I can maybe talk about them specifically. See if we can help you out a bit, or anyone else for that matter. If you want any specific topics covered, calling the big blind, what button range you want to raise with, what you want to do on flops. Happy to try and cover some sort of topics. If you let us know in the Discord, I will do my best to cover them as best as I can. The Genius, definitely a reg. I've played him before, but I can't remember if he's any good. I think. This one I am going, he's going to shove something like king, so I'm just going to barrel this one off. That is a drastically dreadful board. What EV are you managing on the 10s, if you don't mind me asking? Value here. Yeah. I think I'd rather... Do I rather bet myself than check call? I think he bluffs beforehand, so maybe check call. No, if he bluffs beforehand. Yeah, I think he bluffs before that, so betting myself is good. I get to dictate the size as well, like, you know, I lose the least amount of money versus Queen X and King X there, because he's just never raising those hands probably. Wow, 70-75, what a crusher. You'll have to get on and coach us next time. Three BB from a 9 BB stack. Oh nice, thank you for the follow. Hope you're enjoying it. Let's see. I think we're going to raise fold this one. Betting this for value. Ah, this blows. Come on, this would be a good 3x. Oh, kings. It's definitely not what we wanted to see. What would be considering a check raise here? It's just such a good barrel card for him. Shove this, so cool. Good flop, we're not folding. Question is, do we want to shove? Problem is, if we call and he shoves turns, we're kind of screwed, so we just want to see all equity here. We have good hands. If we have good hand, we just want to see all equity. It's not very good if we get raised off that hand, or have to like call turns with like flush draws. 6 BB and we have 11. This is a weird one. We look like absolute dog crap here, but I think we can do this sometimes. I just don't think people are doing enough against it. Okay, I think we have to call this one now. Alright, heads up, let's go, let's go. Beautiful, King Queen versus King 8, let's get that in. Alright. Getting some winnings back. Gonna wait a little bit before registering with him again. This one, gonna raise. Wow, time flies, we're already past the hour. Make the next ones the last games. See what we can get. Bottom pair. Betting to cancel out equity basically. Any overs are doing pretty well against us. Interesting turn. Hits a lot of his call range, so I don't want to get check raised. We have a straight draw. I'm just going to check. Snap check. Considering just bluffing like all in. Snap checks. I mean, he's going to find it difficult with a 10 here, and any random one pair, block some straights. I just don't think people are going to be able to call often enough there. Pretty big pot for us. He just checks so quick. Like, I just don't think people are just not capable of doing that enough with the nuts. What happened here? This is gonna have to be a bet call. It's not one that I really want to make, so I'm just gonna disincentivize him from actually shoving. Like, we can just shove this, but I think against this guy we probably don't need to be taking all the shoves. Be interested to know how you would play those spots in contact. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna delay bet. Okay, let's check quickly again. Alright, that's cool. We get there with a queen. I'm just hoping he has a random 7 or 3. We're gonna be winning this a bunch. Again, just like oversee betting these boards against unknowns, I just don't think they do very much. I mean, he's thinking about it, he seems like he wants to try and do something, but I think generally they just don't do things often enough. He's thinking about it. What was he thinking about? Check calling, check raising? I think I'm just going to check. I probably should be value betting against the 3x since he has way more 3s than he does 6s. Just card combination wise. So I probably should just bet the turn, even though he took so long and he was thinking. But I also think because he was thinking, maybe he's like, oh, he obviously doesn't have a 6-6-3, but then he just decides to call because he doesn't know what else to do. It's going to be ridiculous if he races it now after all this Hollywooding. Terrible turn. He's going to be bluffing this all day long. See. See. And worst river as well, so we will be definitely giving this up on that one. This guy is pretty aggro, that's why I call the turn, with some plans to do some calling off as well, maybe, depending on what he does. I think could be a bit wide, but he seems to be very aggressive, at least from my notes on him. Alright, last game, 6BB, can we salvage it? If we salvage this one, we'll have turned the session around. At the moment we're slightly down, a couple of buy-ins down, but we will have turned it around. Don't forget to check out our Discord, guys. Join us in there. Any questions you ask, happy to try and help you out. Anything poker related. Also check out our Jeff Gross podcast on YouTube. Sure you guys will enjoy that one. Let's see, last game. We've got to turn this around. This will be a cool blind v blind. 5 or 6 BB. He's min raised. This is just pretty horrible. he's extremely value heavy, or is the bottom end of his range. I'm just going to fold this one, preserve my shove equity. Well, fold equity on shoves is what I mean by that. King 9, snap shove in, called by an ace, hit the 9, let's go. Alright, double up. Still alive for a profitable session. If you're enjoying the stream, guys, make sure to hit follow. Greatly appreciate it. If you're getting value. Like I said, any poker questions, just whack them in the chat. Happy to try and help. 7-8 is obviously a clear shove. Alright. Ace 9, easy shove. 10-8 suited. Please don't. We should be calling. But he did it so quick, I'm not sure whether he really knows his shove ranges. Just gonna fold. He's an unknown, so this is probably gonna go in right. It's an interesting one. I think we're just gonna have to get it in. I think the big blind in this spot. Like, I think with button shoves, the big blind, when it's like under 10 BB, they are not going to call correctly. They generally call way too tight, so I think you can make some quite wide shoves. Ooh, that's not a very good confrontation. Alright, don't manage to do it, but we managed to turn the session around at least, especially from that horrible ace-ace hand in the $100 spin. That was pretty disgusting for the win. But yeah, happy to turn it around. Sometimes those sessions, whenever you're down and then get back up, almost feel like you've won. But yeah, it was good. Next week, same thing, spins. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Check out our social channels, just search PokerDeals, you'll find us. We always try and make some great content for you guys. Check out our website as well, always putting up articles, strategy content. And yeah, I hope you're having a good week. Good luck at the tables. Thanks for stopping by, and see you all soon.